Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc, and this is my level 1 to 99 magic guide for members. So with the evolution of combat, the fastest way to train magic is with combat. So in this video, I will only talk about combat training methods, but if you want to train magic without combat, then you can simply click the link in the description. So with the methods I will show you in this video, you can expect to get 99 in about 50 hours, and it will cost about 40 million GPs. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about couple influence, so stuff that will influence the amount of experience you will get in magic. First, there's Herblore, so at level 91, you can make extreme magic potion, and at 96 overload, and those will boost your magic level by a lot, so better experience rate. If you don't have the Herblore level, then simply go to the Grand Exchange and buy super magic potion. After that, there's a quest called King's Ransom, and after completing the quest at level 70, you will be able to unlock the Prayer Augury that will boost your magic damage. So it's a very good prayer. Otherwise, you can also complete Temple at Sentence 10, and at level 92, you will unlock Soul Split that will be useful for the Dagannoth method and also for various other things. And at level 95 prayer, you can also unlock Torment. That is the best prayer for magic. There is also Dungeon Ring, which is quite useful for many stuff. First, there's the Charming Imp that will collect charms for you. There's the Abyssal that will give you Herblore experience when you get creamy herbs. Bone Crusher that will bury the bones automatically and give you prayer experience, and it's very good with in combo with the Demon Horn Necklace. So it's an amulet that when you bury a bone, it gives you prayer points for free. So if you have a Bone Crusher and the necklace, you have practically unlimited prayer points. And finally, there's the Arcane Stream Necklace, which is the best magic amulet of the game. For the quest, those are the quests I recommend to do. First, there's the Blood Pact that only takes a couple minutes, and it will make you have access to a certain dungeon that will be useful. Then there's the Desert Treasure quest, very useful quest, practically needed if you want to watch this guide. So you will be able to do it at level 50 magic, and it will unlock the ancient magic spells. And with those ancient magic spells, you will be able to get amazing experience per hour, which wouldn't be possible without those new spells. Then there's the Dwarf Cannon to have access to the Dwarf Cannon, and the Artisan Workshop. You can get a Royal Cannon from it, which is a better version for the cannon. The cannon is only used for the Dagannoth method, so it's not really needed if you want to do the Abyss method. Then there's the Abyss mini quest, which gives you access to the Abyssal creature. And finally, there's the Ritual of the Marat, which gives you access to the Glacor. Okay, so those are quests that you can do at certain level that will give you magic experience. First, there's the Enemrak Lament that you can complete at level 1 magic, and it will give you 7k magic experience. So practically by doing this quest, you will move from level 1 to 23, saving you a lot of time. So it used to have a magic requirement, but with now the EOC, things have changed, and you no longer need a magic level to complete the quest. Then after that, also at level 1, there's the Grand Tree for 2k experience in magic, then the Watch Tower quest for 15k magic experience. So doing those 3 quests that you can do at level 1 will make you be level 35, so it's very good. And finally, at level 50, there's the Desert Treasure quest that I highly recommend to do. It will give 20k bonus experience in magic, and you will also unlock the ancient magics. Okay, so now I want to talk about the equipment. So this is a rough overview of the different sets possible for magic. Those are only the most popular ones. There are more of them that are not really good. So first of all, for the amulets, the best amulet of the game is the Arcane Stream at level 80 magic. Then there's the Saradomin East at level 70 magic, then the Fury, then the Glory. For the rings, there's the Seer's Ring Imbued from Mobilizing Army, otherwise it's the regular version, or the 6th Age ring or circuit from the World Wakes. For the cape, there's the Completionist cape, obviously, then the max. Then there is the God cape. There is not really a magic requirement, but you need to kill a monster with magic, so just keep that in mind. And then there's the Obsidian cape, which has no requirement. For the rest of your equipment, you will probably be using a set. So they are what I call full set. So those include the hood, body, legs, offhand, main weapon, then boots and gloves. So for them you will need to have the magic level, but also the defense level. So for the wizard full set you will need level 1 magic and defense. Then the imp hide will require 10 magic, 10 defense, all the way to Virtus at level 80. There is also another categories of set which has no weapon, so only the armor. There is the void, skeletal, subjugation, and finally ganodermic. And finally there is another type of set, only the weapon. So those are the level 90 seismic, wand, and singularity, which is the offhand. So some of those sets give bonus in damage. So those are the Virtus, void, skeletal, and subjugation. So for example, the subjugation gives better experience per hour than the ganodermic, but it has less defense. And finally, I want to talk about training magic in general. So like I said at the very beginning, this guide is about training magic with combat, and when you do that you have 3 choices. You can train magic experience only, defense only, or magic and defense. To change that settings you can press the F4 button and then you will be able to toggle the option you want. For the non-combat training method, I won't talk about them in this video, but if you want to hear about them, then you can simply click the link in the description or the annotation on the screen to go check out a non-combat magic training guide. Okay, so first of all, from level 1 to 20, you will want to kill corpse spiders. So they are only level 6 in combat, but to kill them you will need to have completed the quest, the Blood Pack. It's a very short quest, only 5 minutes, and it will also give you a little bit of magic experience, so why not? And to kill them you will need to use your best magic spell. It's the best way to kill them. And for the abilities, since you don't have many of them, it's best to use momentum. After that, from level 20 to 41, you will want to kill skeletons. They will also require to have completed the quest, the Blood Pack, and they will give you approximately 40k experience per hour in magic at level 30. Okay, so those are the abilities I recommend. So there's Rock, then Concentrated Blast, Combust, and Dragon Breath. So those are mainly to get adrenaline. Don't forget that for the Dragon Breath you will need to be close to the target to use it. Then there's Asphyxiate, which required 50% of your adrenaline bar. So this one is probably one of the most powerful ability in the whole game, and it lasts 6 seconds. So after clicking on it, simply wait 6 seconds. Don't interrupt it and it will deal amazing damage. And finally there's Omnipower, which uses all your adrenaline and it's quite powerful. Now for the spell, from level 17 to 23 you will use Air Bolt that only needs air runes, then 23 to 29 Water Bolt, and finally 29 to 41 Earth Bolt, and those require air and Earth runes. Okay, so those are all the items you will need when training at spiders and skeletons. So for the inventory you will need elemental runes. The most needed one will be air and earth runes. Then don't forget to bring super magic potion or extreme or overloads depending on your herbal level, prayer renewal, prayer potion, and a little bit of food if you're very low level in constitution and defense. For the food, the food you will want to use depends on your constitution level. If you don't really know which one to use, simply click the link in the description. For the equipment, you will want to have an Amulet of Glory, Seer's Ring, and Obsidian Cape. Obviously, if you have unlocked better stuff, you can refer to the beginning of the guide or the description below to have better stuff. For example, if you have the cash for a furry, then bring a furry. And for the rest of the set, from level 1 to 10, you will want to have a wizard full set. Otherwise, it's the imp, otherwise spider, silk, and finally 30 to 40, you will want to have the mixed set, which is what I currently have on the video. As you can see in this video, I will recommend you to use a wand and an orb or a book instead of a staff, because the wand and the book will give you more damage, so more experience per hour. So the spiders and the skeleton are located in the Lumbridge catacombs, and the fastest way to get there is to simply use teleport to Lumbridge, run southeast and enter the catacomb, and from there you simply want to follow the path until you find the monster you want to kill. Okay, so like I've just said, from the Lumbridge lodestone, you want to run east, then south, and enter the catacomb. Then from there, climb down the ladder and be in this room. To auto-cast a spell, you simply want to click on it, then set it as your main weapon. Then you want to repeat it for your off-end weapon. So do it twice, then activate momentum and simply start clicking on the monster, killing them and getting experience. When you will get level 20, you will want to move to this room, so the skeleton room. Drink your potion, pray Torment if you have it, or Augury, or whatever other spell. Then you want to simply select your best spell and simply kill the skeletons until you're level 41. It's quite simple, and for the skeleton, don't forget to use abilities. It will speed up the experience rate you will get. From level 41 to 68, I recommend to kill Ankou. They are quite high level, 86. There are no requirements to kill them, and they give really good experience, up to 100k experience at level 60 magic, and a little bit of summoning experience, about 10k. Okay, so those are the abilities I recommend. So the only difference is the addition of the chain ability, which attacks multiple targets at once, very good, and the wall magic, which is a threshold ability. For the spells, you will want to use Air Blast and Water Blast, Hurt Blast, and finally Airwave. Now for the item, it's practically the same thing, except you won't need any fire runes, and for the equipment, the only difference is the name of the sets. So the Ankous are located in the 4th floor of the Stronghold of Security, located in the Barbarian Village. The fastest way to get there is to simply use teleport to Edgeville, then run south. If it's your very first time to the Stronghold of Security, then I would highly recommend you to click the link in the description to have more detail about the area. Okay, so from the Edgeville lodestone, you want to run south to the Barbarian Village, and you want to enter the dungeon right here. If it's not your first time to the Stronghold of Security, you can simply teleport using those little portal all the way to the 4th floor, and simply want to go to this little room, which is full of Ankous. So once you're there, you want to use the spell I recommended before, for example Earth Bolt, and drink your potion, set up your prayer, and start attacking the Ankous using your abilities. So this is very good experience rate. They don't hit that hard, but if you're very low level in HP and defense, you can simply go to this little safe spot. There are a lot of them. I don't really recommend to use Save Spot in general because it reduces the amount of experience you get per hour. And last thing, they drop really good stuff like Blood Runes and Death Runes. Okay, so at level 68, you will be able to use Area of Effect spells. So those are very powerful because they hit all the monster in a 3x3 area. So you can deal damage up to 9 monsters at once. So this will increase the amount of experience you will get by a lot. And to unlock those spells, you will need to have completed Desert Treasure, like I've mentioned earlier in the video. Those are the 3 main spells that I recommend to use. So there's the Bloodfire Burst, then Barrage, then finally Rock Barrage, which is only used pretty much for Dagannoth. So the great thing about the Area of Effect is that you hit a lot of monsters, but the downside is that a lot of monsters will hit you, and you will die pretty quickly. However, with the Bloodfire Burst and Barrage, there's a great thing. You will get HP back when dealing damage to monster, and this is very good. It's kind of essential to survive. And finally, for the abilities, when using those type of spells, it's best to use Momentum because the other abilities don't really scale up with the Area of Effects. There are 2 main monsters that you want to kill with this type of spell. First, there's the Abyssal creatures. So those are away from keyboard, which is great. They are quite cheap, quick banking. However, there are 2 main problems. They give not so great charms, mostly green charms, and they can be quite crowded at times. On the other end, there is the Dagannoths, which are also away from keyboard, give really good charms. It's probably one of the best way to get summoning experience in the whole game, so a lot of Crimson Charm, and they also give infinite prayer points. So if you have Soul Split and the Demon Horn Necklace. So healing of those monsters is quite easy with Soul Split all the time, and even if you're low level player, you can use Soul Split and the Bloodfire Barrage to get pretty much invincible against them. However, there is a big problem. They are quite expensive because by default they are not aggressive. So you really want to use a cannon, otherwise you will get shitty experience, and getting to the location where they are is very long. So you want to do large trick, which is only possible if you have Soul Split and the Demon or Necklace. Okay, so first of all, I will talk about the Abyssal creatures. So they are approximately 2.5 GP per experience. It's not that expensive, especially for the great amount of experience you will get. So at level 85 magic, it's 320k magic experience, which is amazing. And at 99, you can expect up to 350k experience per hour. If you're using Seismic Wand and Singularity, you could even expect more experience. Okay, so when killing those Abyssal creatures, this is the outfit I recommend. So God Cape, Arcane String Necklace, 6-stage Circuit. Then you want to use one of those 6 sets. Don't forget that the Subjugation set gives bonus in damage, so it's in theory better than Gadonurmic. And obviously if you have access to Virtus and Seismic, use them. Now for the inventory, this is what I recommend. So you will need Blood and Fire runes for the Blood, Fire, Barrage or Burst. Then you want to have an Amulet of Glory to teleport to the location where the Abyssal creature are. The Amulet of Glory also acts as a safety teleport. Then you want to have a Charming Imp that will collect the charm for you. Then 4 Overloads or Extreme Magic, 4 Prayer Renewal, and then 12 Prayer Potions. The Abyssal creatures are located in the Abyss, and the easiest way to get there is to use Teleport to Edgeville or use an Amulet of Glory. So there are 2 main spots that are good when killing them. It's at the southwest and the southeast. In this video I will be showing you the southwest spot. Okay, so from the Edgeville Bank you want to run north to the wilderness, and then you want to talk with the Zamorak Mage to be teleported to the Abyss. Once you're there, you want to run southwest to this very spot, and then you simply want to kill the monster, drink your Overload, drink your Prayer Renewal. Don't forget to recharge your prayer points, because when entering the Abyss they will be drained to 0. If you're low level, you can use Deflect Magic, otherwise there's Soul Split and Torment if you have access to it. After a while they will become unaggressive. To turn them back aggressive, you will not want to run north and come south, and there's a safe spot right there if you want to help, because someone is already using your spot. Okay, so now I'll talk about the Dagannoth. So in order to kill them, you will first want to have completed the quest Fremennik Trials and the Dwarf Cannon quest. They are quite more expensive than the Abyssal creatures because you will need to buy cannonballs, so it's about 6 GP per experience. They give roughly the same magic experience, but you will get range experience, about 50k because of the cannon, and it's also far better summoning experience, about 85k in summoning. Okay, so now we'll talk about the Dagannoth. So in order to kill them, you will first want to have completed the quest Fremennik Trials and the Dwarf Cannon. They are quite more expensive than the Abyssal creatures because you will need to use a cannon, so it's about 6 GP per experience. They give roughly the same magic experience than the Abyssal creature, but you will get better summoning experience and you will get a little bit of range experience. For the equipment, it's basically the same thing than the Abyssal creature. So God Cape, Arcane String Necklace, 6-stage Circuit, and then you want to pick up one of those 6 outfits. However, for the inventory, it's quite different. You will want to bring Earth and Blood runes, because the Dagannoth are weak to Earth, and you want to use Rock Barrage, then a Charming Imp, Relica Teleport to get where the Dagannoth are. Also don't forget to bring cannon and cannonballs. A demon or necklace and a bone crusher is pretty much needed for the Dagannoth, otherwise your trip will be too short and you will need to bank a lot, and banking, like I mentioned earlier, is quite long. You can also bring an herbicide, and don't forget your overloads and extreme magic potions. So the Dagannoth are located in the Waterbird Island, and the fastest way to get there is to use the Relica Teleport, run north to the docks, use the docks to be to the Waterbird Island, run west to the dungeon, and once inside the dungeon you want to run east. Okay, so like I just said, simply use your Relica Teletab to be teleported to Relica, otherwise you can use the Lodestone, it works too. talk with this guy to be teleported to the Waterbird Island, run west to enter the dungeon, then inside the dungeon you want to run east and set your cannon at this spot approximately. Once it's set, you want to go underneath your cannon and set fire to it. So there isn't that much to say. You simply away from keyboard there. Don't forget to drink your overload, pray torment and soul split. When your prayer points is getting low, simply wear your demon horn necklace and it will fill back very quickly. So they drop a lot of crimson charm, so it's quite good for that. And finally, there are Glacors, which give the best magic experience of the whole game, 500k experience per hour in magic, and even more if you're good at it, so up to the 800k. They also give really good summoning experience and even great profit, nearly 4 million GP per hour, and only problem is that they require very high level in magic, and killing them is very hard and complex, so I will dedicate a whole guide for them. So if you want to check out my Glacor guide, you can click the annotation on the screen. So yeah, that's pretty much it about my level 1 to 99 magic guide. If you want to check out my last guide about Dungeon Ring, you can click the annotation on the screen. And also don't forget to visit my website, reigningchain.com. So there every week I run a poll asking you guys what guide I should make next. So last week winner was magic, obviously, and this is the reason why I made this guide. And finally, don't forget to subscribe for more epic guides like this one.